Okay then folks, hello, welcome back to the Salford Story. It's me, Dr. Benji FM. It's time for another video. Just me? Okay. Now then, since we last met in the 2-1 win against Burnley, you might remember it, it was a comeback. It was good, yeah. Since then, a 3-1 defeat to Manchester United. Not good at all. A 0-0 against Sunderland, and QPR 2-0 win. So a loss, a win, and a draw. We'll take that. It could be worse. It could be way worse. It could have been 3 defeats. So come on, smile. Though your heart is breaking, smile even though it's aching. It's not compulsory. So I'm going to leave us 2 games today. Tottenham and Reading are those games. We currently sit in 9th place in the Premier League. We are 3 points behind a European spot, and that's Chelsea that currently hold that. They play Southampton today, and Burnley in between us. It's going to be very, very difficult for me to get that European spot, but we're going to try with all our might to get it. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does happen, what a moment it'll be. We're almost guaranteed a top half finish as well. If we get 1 winner from the 2, we will be guaranteed that, and that's what I think the target should be for now, to get that top half finish, and next season propel ourselves into the Champions League. Bum, 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 bum. Very grand, wasn't it? So let's show you the team for today's first game against second place Tottenham, who are really good. So this is the lineup that I've selected for today's game. Marky Parky in goal, Falcao, João Paulo, and Kovacs at their back. Eckhart and Vidal, who's back from his suspension. Tielemans just in front. Peter Phillips as an advanced playmaker. You may notice I've been playing a Trequartista, but change it up to an advanced playmaker. Sandoval up top on his own. Thomas and Barry on either side. Let's hope that today we can come out with some happiness. I mean, Tottenham are a good side. We'll do well to beat them. I'm not sure I've actually beaten them in the Premier League yet, so this is going to be fun. Now, they've had some very tricky games recently, actually. If we could quickly show you this. Spurs have been going quite the run, I dare say. Since Newcastle, they've played Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid twice, Manchester United and Everton in the Champions League. They're out of the Champions League. I do wonder if they'll take it easy against me. They have an FA Cup final coming up. They've already been in the Capital One Cup final, which I do believe they won. They did. They beat Arsenal 1-0. Again, they play Arsenal in both cup finals, which is interesting. So hopefully they rest players, essentially. They've got quite a few players out with injuries and suspensions, so we've got a bit of hope. Iheanacho plays up front for them. That's weird to me, but good on him. Now, I don't think they're playing a weakened side. They might be playing sort of, not a second string, but like a cross between their first team and a few of their regular bench players, which means today's job could be quite difficult. Though, we'll do our best, that's all we can do. That's all that can be expected. So anyone going, oh, you're bottling Europe, look, cut, free kick, ball in. Wow. Has he saved that? That's incredible. I was about to go, well, that's disappointing, but it was palmed around the post, I think. That's gone over as well. All right, they're applying some pressure early on. Let's hopefully stem this tide. Problem's going to be that they've got 3-on-3 at the back as Iheanacho goes through. We've come across, it's gone wide. We're going to go into a more defensive standing. I'm concerned that they've got a 3-on-3, so if our defensive midfielders sit a little bit more, we should be able to stem the tide. Oh, I say all this. Barry is going forward. He's got Sandoval to his right-hand side. Barry in acres of space, picks out Sandoval, 20 finishing. It's the beam. Amazing. 20 finishing. It's the beam. I mean, come on. Spurs are working it again. Oren on this left side. Got loads of options. Having 3 players forward gives us a real headache. He's got wide options too. And Oren drives into the area. Well, he's at the white beam as well. White beam's been hit all over the place. The equipment is not being respected. Angel Luiz on this right side. Again, options in the middle. Iheanacho's front post. Oh, come on, Kovacs. How many times have you done that? Now, Marky Parky has saved about his last 4 penalties inexplicably. Can he make it 5? I'm assuming it might be 5. 14 stepping up for them. I'm not entirely sure who that is. Kovacs, that's like his 5th penalty he's given away in his Salford career. Rui Pedro with it. Marky Parky can't keep that one out. Spurs take a 1-0 lead, and I'm annoyed at the fact we've given away a penalty. I think Chelsea win as well, which kind of just ruins the hopes of Europe anyway, but it's just so infuriating when you see a penalty given away. Marky Parky tries his best, but it's hit with some force. 1-0 Spurs. I can't believe this nonsense. I don't know how this happens. We get to a point. To be honest, we're lucky we're not being relegated this year. So let's sit back and relax. Oh, Jeff Thomas into the area, ball to my post, Barry! Jeff Thomas and Barry have a weird partnership despite the fact they play very far away from each other. On the stroke of half-time, out of absolutely nowhere, we get back into this game. It lifts us up to 8th place. As I say, Chelsea going to be uncatchable, especially if they win their game. But, 8th place in the Premier League, not too shabby at all. Barry at the back post, well, I don't know, some sort of karate kick, very nice. Spurs, of course, going for the league, so if we can hold it off for them, we're basically being the Chelsea of the league situation. Arsenal are playing Leicester in this role play, and it's obviously not real because Arsenal Spurs don't win the league anymore. That's not a shot. That's literally a fact. Oh, that's funny coming from a Liverpool fan. It's not. I'm annoyed as well. Like, it's just, observation. Sandoval, either has games where he scores a hat-trick or does absolutely nothing. This is one of those games where he does absolutely nothing. To the point where I'm taking him off. Kendall Peters, who's in relatively good form in recent weeks, he's coming on. Come on, Kendall, do this for me. It's a corner to Tottenham, though. Ball played in. Eckert gets the first clearance. Now, this is a problem. Banegas with a shot on goal. It's too easy. It's far, far too easy. And we drop down to 11th. You can see here, we don't close him down. He's got to look at the amount of space he's got. We close down kind of, and he picks his spot. Marky Parky doing some sort of dance with his hands, and it goes in. 2-1 Spurs. We're going to go attacking. 20 minutes. We might as well push for this. A point at least makes it interesting, so we may as well go for it. This does make it very tight at the top. That gap between Tottenham and Arsenal is getting smaller and smaller. Tielemans on the edge now. We come forward again, which is nice. We haven't given up. That's always nice to see. Vidal out to Jeff Thomas. We now Denny. This could be on the partnership again. Jeffy Thomas to Barry Harry. Don't do this, Ben. Has scored. And Barry with the second of the game. 7 this season. Jeff Thomas, I've said it before and I'll say it again, is a mystery to how he plays this well in these divisions. He was struggling in League One. I don't even remember. League One, Barry wasn't having a good time. Jeff Thomas wasn't having a good time. Championship, struggled again. Premier League, 6 years later, doing it. Can we get a winner? Oh, we could do. Tielemans, ball in. Eckert. Oh, dude, I thought they were going to go a penalty then. Peter Phillips, 5 minutes left on the clock. Ball in, cleared again. Oh no, is this going to be a Spurs counter-attack? Not yet, at least. Peter Phillips on the ball again. Falkhauser. Plenty of options to his left-hand side if you can pick one out. The counter-attack is frighteningly on, though, for Tottenham if they get the ball back. Vidal, lovely ball to Jeff Thomas. We know where he's going to aim it to. Thomas, Peters, Kendall Peters. And it's 3-2 to Salford. As I say, the European dream is dead. But the winning of this match is alive. How are Chelsea getting on? You can see here, by the way, Jeff Thomas plays it in. Barry's thinking, hang on, that's usually for me. Kendall Peters puts it in, though. Latest scores, Chelsea 3-0 up. Probably won that one then. Okay, 20 seconds left on the clock, and we are going to deny. We're actually going to gift Arsenal the title. My good grief. What are we like? With a win here against Spurs, it's over. City can't catch Arsenal, neither can Tottenham. Salford 3, Tottenham 2. And oh my, Spurs, I'm so sorry. Twice in 1 year. Well, we're including it with real life. We got up to 8th, and with a game to go, we can finish 8th. Right, the next game's not for a while, so I'll see you on the other side of this. There's the official news then. Arsenal win the Barclays Premier League. Just ridiculous. Now, I don't know if there's any way in which we can get an 8th spot for the Champions League. Let me just look around Europe. Now, both cup finals are Tottenham and Arsenal in the final of both, so I don't know if that affects anything. Let me just look at European situations. Okay, so in the Champions League, Manchester City can technically still win the Champions League. I don't know what that means. And in the Europa League, QPR, they're going to have to pull it round against Bayern Munich, but QPR could possibly get there, because QPR are currently 4th. From what I can tell, it seems unlikely. So let's just wait and see, though. Who knows? Ross from Friends is out injured, having another break. He loves it, doesn't he? Loves it. Can I say thanks to the person that left the comment a few days ago? I'm stealing it and using it in today's video. But you should get the credit. QPR beat Bayern Munich. I don't know what to make of it. This Conrad Kempf scored in the 89th minute. If people wonder about Conrad Kempf, there he is. And then in the 92nd minute, an own goal by Benny Van Dam. It could be Brad Van Dam. Come on. Brad Van Dam. I love that as a name. Scored the own goal. And QPR will play Bayern Leverkusen in the final. I don't know if we can get Europe based on what the teams in Europe are doing. Who knows? How exciting. Sandoval's up for 6 weeks. Are you even shocked at this point? What? Oh, so many. At the end of the season, you get your injuries throughout the year, right? I want to see what they are. Borussia Dortmund won the Bundesliga. Who knew? We're basically doing a roundup of European leagues at this point. Bayern Munich have sacked their manager. Oh my. With Craig Gordon, one of the favourites to take over. At Bayern Munich. Whatever. Hang on. Walschild. Is that the guy that was at Stoke? This gets weirder and weirder. Patrick Vieira was the other option. Right then, folks. Here we go then. Let's get into today's episode. Today's get another game. Reading. Marky Parky in goal. Falkhauser, João Paulo, Kovacs. Vidal, Navarro. Tielemans behind Phillips. Peter on the right side. Barry on the left. And Kendall Peters through the middle. Because he's in good form. Why wouldn't you play him? Peter, if he doesn't get injured, I might keep him this year. If he does get injured, he'll definitely be sold in the summer because I'm getting sick of it. Playing Reading. I guess we're just fighting for 8th place. There is a slim chance, I think, if QPR win the Europa League, we may well get an extra European spot. I'm guessing. I don't actually know. But we're going to have to win. And, basically, we've got to better the result of Newcastle and potentially Burnley. Not Burnley. Definitely Newcastle. That winning against Burnley last episode, by the way, massive. That loss to Manchester United in the gap between episodes, devastating. All right, we're going to go defensive. Away from home, going to go a little bit Italian on them. All right, Reading coming forward. Ball play. Well, that is, Baker's headed it in, attacking. Neil Baker, that is a magnificent header. I don't want to credit a team that scored against me too much, but that header there was top draw. You can see, Loftus-Cheek. Oh, he did it. He did a Tielemans. Love that. Played in. What a header that is. So casual. Oh, I'm enjoying it, and I really shouldn't be. If we win today and Chelsea lose, then I can just say, we would have finished 7th, but goal difference. I mean, I still don't finish 7th, though, so it doesn't really matter. At half-time, we go in. I'm going to get aggressive. Show me something else in the second half, by which I mean don't lose 1-0 in the second half. That doesn't mean lose 2-0 or 2-1 or any of the losses. It means win. Kendall Peters so far, not doing ever so well. Yes, Alberto. We'll get you on soon. Sorry, he's having a word. Having a whinge. Don't you do that to me. Okay, maybe a counter-attack in the offing. Peters plays it to Peter, who with a lovely switch of play to Peters. I mean, this is getting confusing, even for me. Peters slips it through to Barry. He's got plenty of options if he wants to pick one out. Back to Kendall Peters, who is in ridiculous form right now. Kendall Peters, 8th goal of the season. Over half of those have come in the last 3 or 4 games he's played in. 1-1. Good grief. Peters to Barry and then gets it back, just sort of trots his way in there, lays it back, and the goal is quite open. The goalkeeping positioning is Brian-esque, but we'll take that. Come on then, let's go for a winner here. This is the last game of the season. I should say, for those of you that are observant, no Andy Tannoy today. I didn't register him. I literally couldn't afford to register him this season. He's had his testimonial. Forget about it. Don't forget about him, though. Love him. I'm trying to convince him to become a scout, so he's here forever. Him and Danny Webber are scouts. It just makes sense. Okay, time's ticking on. 10 minutes left to go. We're going to throw Alberto. We're going to make 3 changes. Alberto Seri is going to be brought on. Kokan Hayek, who is back from his injury, and Alex. So we're going to make a triple change of players that won't be here again. Seri's probably going to leave on a free transfer as he won't sign a new contract. I mean, if we concede, it's sour grape. We're going to drop down if we concede. Don't concede. Don't concede! Mikey Parkey. I love him. He's been so good this year. Yeah, our goal difference is appalling, but it's so good. And it looks to me like we're going to finish in 8th place. There's just over a minute to go. Oh, no. Ball played in. Barry with a clearance. I mean, a goal to top it all off would be great. Alberto Seri, he's got options if you can find one. Picks out Peter on this right-hand side, who's not got injured today, which is magnificent. I mean, we'll see at the end of the game if he actually survived the whole thing. But as it's knocked forward, Fankhauser, just over 25 seconds to go. Okay, then. With 3 seconds left to go, that should be that. Kovacs, Vidal, 1-1, and we finished 8th this season, which I don't think is too bad. It is the first time in the history of Salford that we've not finished higher the season after the season before, but you know, these things happen. We'll have a little rundown of a few things that have happened. I don't think I'm going to do sort of an extra episode to sort of go over the season. We'll get straight into the transfers next episode. But yes, let's have a quick look then. How does this stand us? On the 23rd, QPR play the Europa League match, and I want to get to that point. So we'll kind of skip forward. We get 25 million for finishing 8th, which is great. Obviously, we move into our new stadium next year, which is the best thing. Our first sort of game will be at home next year. So whether that's our first game or second game of the season, that's what you'll see, as well as the transfers. I'm pumped. But let's see. 23rd. That's what we've got to wait for. So I'll join you as QPR play their game. There's a slim chance we get European football. QPR finish 4th. I'm sure there's a chance. I could be wrong. A few players have been inducted into the best 11. Barry's been inducted, as has Marky Parkey, as João Paulo has as well. So that's the team. If you want to take a look at that, do so now. No players have now, apart from Barry and Jeff Thomas, I don't think, are in that team. So still interesting to see like the development of all the years. End of season's award. Fans Pro of the Season is Philip Eckhart, who got 40% of the vote. He's leaving this summer, and I've got a replacement in mind. There's a guy at Feyenoord that I really like the look of. Goal of the season was Philip Eckhart as well. Kokan Hayek was signing of the season. He was on loan and injured for about 3 months of it. And young pro of the season, Philip Eckhart. I wish I wasn't selling him at this point or letting him go. This is a problem. End of season confidence, I'm very secure, so I'm fine with it. Not a problem. Oh, team meeting. Next year, I want to come back and qualify. I'll say Europa League, but I mean Champions League, but I don't want to upset anybody. That'll do, that's fine. Okay, I've been promising this earlier on. This is our injury report. It fucking scrolls so far down. Look at that! Oh my good grief. This season, Sandoval, 6 injuries. Peter Phillips, 5. Peter only had 3 injuries, it felt like more. Ridiculousness. Absolutely. He missed 33% of the season, Peter. Good grief. Okay, 23rd, get there. I'm increasing my youth level. The board suggested it. Yep, let's do it. Actually, we did get some. We got like 2 or 3 decent regens actually in our last intake. I'll show you those next episode when we go through the new players and whatnot. Danny Webber suggesting this guy. How did he get a job here? QPR lost. I think that's the end of the dream. Okay, we've been given 5.25 million for our Europa League exploits. I mean television revenue, that's fine. And we don't get into Europe. I think that's now officially confirmed. All the European competitions have been summed up and we finish outside of the places. Interestingly though, Chelsea haven't been given a place either. Are they waiting for the FA Cup? Hold on a minute. What's all this? Salford City have been forced to shelve plans to move into their new ground as construction is reportedly 4 months behind schedule. I'll tell you what happened. I know what's happened. Some of the workmen have got injured. I guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it. Okay then. So next episode, we won't be going to our new ground. Forget it. Right then, that does bring us to the end of today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, do let me know and leave a like on the video. Another season next year, we are fighting hard for those European places. Actually, make a prediction now. Where do you think we will finish next season in the comment section? Maybe give a reason why as well. That's up to you. Right then, we love with care. Forgot to mention, until next time, I'll see you again with a transfer special. Goodbye. Injured. I bet they're all injured. All the workmen injured. Disgusting.